Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Lizzie series. I think it's quizzing my wife on video games. Subcolon. She don't know nothing about no video games. I think is maybe what I coloned it.
That's what we landed on.
I subtitled it or something. But everybody knows who's seen one of these episodes of videos before. This is where I put forth video game characters to my beautiful wife Lizzie, who tries to name them or guess their names first. She's got to guess their name, and if she can't guess their name, she's got to name them. We've done two series videos like this so far. Before we go back and drink deep from the well of Nintendo and PlayStation exclusives, or at least cartoony ones again, I have this folder, which I really wish that Xbox had plenty of exclusive characters that I felt like I wanted to show to you, but I really couldn't fill a folder with them. So you know what? I just went with a folder full of some cool games of characters. Some of these are PlayStation exclusive games that I love. Some of these are others are games that I also like.
This information means nothing to me.
I know none of the information ever means anything to you. But this is Lizzie. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It was a whole ordeal getting our video started. Liz, you had to wash your hair.
I did.
You know, you've been working on hair washing techniques. I've heard that there's other people in the community who have to do similar things with their hair because they got manes like you got.
Washing them?
No, just the way you have to really pay attention to it.
That's like a whole day.
Yeah, like for me, I wash my hair every couple of days,
No.
and I don't tell anybody about it. But for you, it's
an
like,
event.
Yeah, you gotta call the president, schedule meetings.
Gotta block off at least 4 hours.
Yeah. But anyway, the hair's been washed. It looks lovely, just like the rest of you. Who is this lady you're looking at here?
I am pretty confident that I know what game she is from.
Which
but
one?
I don't know her name.
What game?
I mean, I feel like pretty confident she's like, because she looks kind of like a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like pretty sure she's from God of War. No.
She not. She not. She's so not from God of War that at the bottom of this photograph is the name of the game she's in.
Horizon. I've never heard of that. First of all, I didn't even know that this. I thought it was Orizo. I didn't even see the H in the end.
Orizo.
I thought that was like a symbol.
In honor of her sequel came out on Friday. I'm going to be playing her sequel tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully this gets uploaded tomorrow, so I'm going to be playing the sequel. This is Horizon Zero Dawn. She's got a sequel out that came out Friday. I'm going to be playing Monday, Horizon Forbidden West. I'm very excited about it. So we're going to need a name for this young lady.
So she's not Viking. Now I'm seeing a little bit of like tribal deal like on her like leg, like that little skull looking thing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not a skull. That's a piece of metal.
Okay, well you know I'm blind. I can't really see that.
Maybe you should have worn your glasses for this.
Maybe.
But what kind of name you think she ought to have?
I mean, she's clearly a human being.
Clearly.
So I'm just gonna be like fairly human name. I hope.
You just gotta bang it out.
I'm
You just
not
gotta
good
bang
at
it out.
making up the names. You gotta give me something else to
I
make
am
up.
absolutely not gonna do that. You have to make up the names. That is the most funny part of the.
But it's
recent
not
videos.
funny because
What are you gonna tell me what's not funny?
I just pick like a random name. I don't know what this girl's name is.
That's hilarious. Pick a random. People who know her name, if you gave her a random name, just like from down the street, that's funny. Don't you let me handle the humor.
We'll call her Lily.
All right, Lily. Lily from Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, who's this fella?
From the same video game.
Yes, it's from the same video game. This and the next two after this will be from the same video game.
All right.
All I'm gonna say is we're gonna need those names quick.
All right. I'm just gonna name him off of his outfit, and we're gonna call him Tusk.
Tusk. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and give you a hint. You've got the same amount of letters
Okay.
as his regular name. It's got a very similar vibe. The name, what? One of them dogs tooted? Mm-hmm. Both of our dogs are in the room, and they be gassy. Oh my gosh! It just hit me hard in the face.
He also looks like someone else, but I don't know who. Wearing a lot of blue.
You might have seen him on TV before.
So like, or him and that last guy from like the same like tribe, because they're all in the same colors. He's got a unique belt.
He does have a unique belt. How will this help you name him?
It won't. I just noticed that.
Unless his name is somehow attached to his belt.
No. almost like he's wearing a cup on the outside of his outfit.
Old robot jockstrap.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
He's got some like tribal face tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Those are actually pieces of electronic components underneath his skin.
Alright, then we'll call him Cyborg.
No.
Why?
You named someone else Cyborg in 2 videos ago.
I don't remember that!
You remember the orange lady with the robot suit? You named her Cyborg.
Oh my gosh, that's like the name for a robot.
That's a very generic name. It's like naming a robot.
Okay, I'm gonna call him Robot then.
If you wish, you can call him Robot. You
can
just
call him
can't
Robot.
reuse the name.
I Am Legend, that's what I'm gonna call him.
Lily Tuscan Robot. And then...
Oh, that's like a dinosaur.
Yes. So this is a creature. This does not have a name. This is just a type of creature. I.e. Raptor, i.e. Stegosaurus.
G-Rex.
G-Rex. Cool. Why G?
Looks like a G.
A G. Like a gangster?
He looks cool, like he's G.
Okay. I'm starting to have regrets for this series. I promise I'm still cool, chat, and people who are commenting, people who watch these. Lizzie's just not a cool gamer person like the rest of us.
That's right.
All right, let me go back and tell you who these folks are. This is Aloy.
Her name alloy, like a metal.
Yeah, exactly. It comes from the word alloy. It's a mixture of metals. She comes from a society that came to exist after the fall of man. Man was destroyed by robots that we made. I don't understand why people didn't have the foresight to think, build robots, make them run off of biological material. So make robots that live by eating living things. And how you thought that's not going to go bad. The robots got a virus. They start killing people and building themselves. So the humans make a plan. They're going to put everybody underground because the problem is that they have to decode this code to shut down the robots, but it's going to take longer than before the robots kill everybody.
Okay. So
they protect the computer that's doing the calculations. All the humans die, and they leave some embryos and things underground. This AI rebuilds the world, essentially creating all these robot animals to do different functions, and then later it gives birth to new humans, and humans rebuild. And you're uncovering this whole story while the game occurs. Anywho, there's Angus in the background. Anywho, that's Aloy. This is her surrogate father, Rost. R-O-S-T. Tusk, same amount of letters, which is pretty cool. This is Silence. He is a guy who helps her out / is an antagonist at a certain point throughout the game. And then this is called a Watcher because it watches the different animals for threats.
Okay.
Next on the list, you may recognize some of these folks. You may not. Who knows? We talked about them sometimes.
Ooh, he's kind of cute.
He's a cutie patootie who is
clearly a cowboy.
Clearly a cowboy.
So clearly from that cowboy game that you play, which
you might be
is
right.
called Red Dead Redemption.
That's the newest one, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, so
that's
helps
what we're
me.
looking at.
Okay, so I gotta remember which one was which. So 2 came chronologically before 1 in the storyline.
Yes, we've had this discussion. Look at that.
But I just gotta remember which characters were in which one. Is this John?
This is not John.
Is John in this one?
You may or may not have to pick out John in a moment.
God, what was the other guy's name? This looks like a good guy to me.
He is the playable character. He is the main character of Red Dead Redemption 2.
This is the guy you're playing as?
Yes.
God, what was his name?
This game is about his redemption.
Okay. Yeah. You told me his name.
Can't give you too much more
time.
time.
No, hold on. No, because if you're gonna make me guess it, I'm just gonna sit here and guess
What if I say, sure?
Yeah, that doesn't really help me. I know that's like his little line.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Because it's not John Marsden or whatever.
I will let that be a correct name. It's Marston, but yes, Marston. Not Marsden.
But not John.
John Marsden.
I said this is not John, and you said it's
that's
not him.
That's not John.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you.
I was just trying to help you that it's not Marsden.
It's Marston.
Marston.
But that's not him. It's his friend.
They are friends, yes.
God, it was like the only name that's popping in.
2 first names.
Yeah, the only name that's popping in my head is like Cullen Bohannon.
That's not.
That's from
Hell on Wheels.
Yeah.
An enjoyable
two
show in
first
my
names.
opinion. From AMC.
He has 2 first names and a last name, or his last name sounds like a first
His
name?
last name sounds like a first name. At least it does to you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Wait.
Starts with an A. His first name.
Oh, Arthur Morgan.
There you go. That's Arthur Morgan. Who's this?
That's the bad guy. No. That's his friend that kind of looks like a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But ends up being, whenever they split, he's good.
Mm-hmm. This is the main character from the Red Dead Redemption. The
Two.
first.
The
one.
second in line.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Also, there's like an 8-hour epilogue of Red Dead Redemption 2 where you play as him.
So that's the Marston guy.
That's John Marston.
Okay.
Look at that.
Now
who's
that
this?
is obviously the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, he ends up being the bad guy. At the beginning, he's like your.
Well, they're all in a group
your
together.
helper and mentor, or your mentor kind of.
I can't remember his name. You told me his name too. But he's the one that doesn't die until the very end.
He doesn't die in Red Dead Redemption 2 that you can see at all.
But he does die in the first one.
I forget how it all goes down in the first one, but probably.
So he's the one that gets away.
I think so.
You kill one of them. Because there's him and his
Yeah,
like
at the
little
end of the
sidekick.
epilogue, you do kill. You kill the weasel that ruined your posse, which I should have added in here, but.
That's right, because him and you were really close, and then this other guy shows up and is like kind of pits you against each other.
Yeah, fills his head full of.
I don't know his name though.
Just give him one then. What's
Jebediah.
he look like? Jebediah. So you got Arthur Morgan here. Let me make sure I don't have anybody back here. No, you got Arthur Morgan.
He's cute.
John Marston. And Dutch.
Vander something.
Dutch Vanderland.
Vanderland.
Leader of the Vanderland gang. So yes, we've kind of did out the plot here, but Dutch leads the Vanderland gang.
Right.
They're not quite Robin Hood because they definitely take for themselves, but they have rules and morals at the beginning. They lend money and they beat people up who don't give them their money. They're just like ne'er-do-wells, not really big bad villains and killers. But eventually they get in a bad way. They're the time of the cowboys ending. They begin doing worse and worse stuff, and Arthur has to come to terms with the fact that really just doesn't feel like the kind of guy he's going to be. So he helps John Marston get out before it gets too bad. And then later on, John Marston runs down Micah and kills him. Kills him dead. Okay, next game.
I saw this guy, I have no clue.
Who dis?
He looks like he's from like Jurassic Park or something. I have no idea.
So you think he's in a dinosaur game?
And he looks dirty.
Yeah.
He plays in the dirt a lot.
Wearing a backpack?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite video game characters. I haven't probably talked about him very much, but he's one of my favorites. You talked about the game? A couple times. Yeah, we have talked about the sequel at length. while back. It came out like 2 years ago. You would probably have to give him a name. He's got a regular old dude name. It's not like
Bill.
Gibombo. Bill?
Yep.
All right. What's this young lady's name?
Oh, no, wait, I remember. Hold on, wait. I remember.
She remember.
Because he's helping her.
Yeah.
They're like traveling together.
Yeah.
It's apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it, though.
That's okay.
I don't remember any of their names, but I do remember that plot.
Well, give this young lady a name. I'll tell her.
Oh, I remember this. I remember you getting upset.
There was a lot of people that were upset. And I'll go ahead and say it. We're talking about, the game is called The Last of Us. The sequel, a lot of people got upset about, and everybody, there were people mad about the people who got mad. My concern is that I just think that story could have been better written. That's my only gripe.
Just pretty eyes.
What's her name?
Bill and Haley.
Bill and Haley. Okay. And then,
oh my God,
what type of creature, if Bill and Haley were to approach this type of creature and they were to identify it, hey, look out, there's what would they say?
A zombie. I mean, it's a zombie.
Okay, are you going to say zombie?
I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic world. I mean, that thing looks like a zombie.
Yep.
But it's got a weird head. Is it an alien?
It's not an alien.
It's a person.
It's more akin to zombie than anything else.
Okay, well, that's what I'm going to go with.
She's going with zombie, everybody. All right, dropping it back here real quick. You got Joel.
Okay.
You got Joel and Ellie.
I really wasn't far off.
You even got a sound in right there. So Joel and Ellie, And this is what they call a clicker. Because it can't
Oh.
see and it makes clicking noises to find its way around.
It kind of looks like that thing from that movie. From A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Where it makes the noise.
Well, it doesn't really look like the thing, but that concept is similar.
But its head, that's what that thing is on its head that it does that. It's like how it hears the stuff.
Yeah, but those are big old aliens.
I know, but it's the same concept where it makes a noise in that and the sound bounces off of its head like that.
This is what it's like being married to a lawyer. She says those look like the same thing, and then I become wrong because it's the same.
No, but what you're telling me is the concept is the same.
Yeah, I know, but
They can't see, so they get around the same way. It's
I
like
know,
a bat.
but you started the conversation with that looks like the thing from the.
Its head does look like that.
Maybe it does. I don't remember personally. Either way, that's a little insight into what it's like being married to a lawyer.
I mean, the ones on the Quiet Place are obviously less human-like. They're just aliens.
Yeah.
This was like an alien had a baby with a human.
The last time I was right was before we got married. Or before you finished law school, probably. Anyhow, it's kind of a fungal virus up there.
So it
You can
looks
see
like-
some fungus up there. Anyway, Joel is just a guy who does jobs for people and stays alive in the zombie apocalypse. Ellie turns out to be bitten by one of these creatures and she doesn't turn. And so people think
We
she
need
must
her
have
blood.
some. Yeah, we got to have that blood. We got to get this blood across the country to people who are trying to figure out the cure. And that's the journey. And they're the last of us, and they fight many of these things.
How do you kill that thing?
As long as you walk up behind it, you stab it or you choke it out. They don't have to be killed with the brain.
Okay.
Joel chokes out a lot of zombies in this game. But if they hear you,
So they
they
can't-
coming.
If you come up behind them, they don't know that you're there.
If you're quiet enough, you can. If you can run right up to them, well, not run, but you can sneak up close in front of them too, because they can't see. As long as you're quiet enough.
Yes. A Quiet Place.
Again, you're missing my point. Again, everybody watching knows what I'm talking about because they heard what you said. You said that looks like the thing, and I was just saying I don't think that looks like the creature from A Quiet Place.
The head does.
It might.
That surface area. That's what it's for.
And it very well may be. But from then on, you began to say how I was incorrect in what I was saying because the concept is similar.
Okay, moving on.
I just get tickled because anyway, she loves me, I think.
Moving on.
All right, moving right along. Who's this guy? New game. Not new game for us on this show.
Halo.
That's the game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Cool.
What's his name?
No idea. He's got a number 117.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
117.
Yeah.
He has a military designation that
Alpha.
involves 117, but he also has a name.
I'm gonna call
But
him.
his name is also kind of a military designation.
I'm calling him Alpha.
His name's Alpha, little Alpha mate. No, sorry, that's what you're saying.
I was about to say, is that really what
I'm
it
sorry,
is?
that's incorrect. I wish. Moving
Oh.
right. So now we're going to go through some of his enemies that he fights. So this is going to be another one. Name the
Lost
type
me.
of enemy. Not, that's not John
Right.
Randolph. But what type of enemy? If I were to identify that, maybe
He's got like a little rhinoceros
Yeah.
vibe.
maybe he's like a boofer or like a
We're just making stuff up.
a crack. Yeah.
Okay.
Or a regular word. I mean, his designation certainly is a regular word. I was just trying to explain that it's not like that's Gliznort, the baddest boy in space. Like
So he does not have a particular name, but his species.
Yeah.
has a designation.
Yeah.
There's multiple of him.
Yeah, lots of them. We just beat them all up.
Trying to pinpoint one facet of his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Got a mohawk.
First thing that comes to your mind. Let it rip.
That's what I'm telling you. That my brain doesn't work that way.
It does.
It doesn't though.
There's words in there.
No,
I know
there's
there
not.
is.
The words in my head right now are mohawk, weird teeth.
Uh-huh.
Those red eyes are freaking me out.
Take something, mix those up.
I think you really underestimate how differently our brains work.
I don't think so. I think you did a fine job last time.
Yeah, but it took me a minute.
You-
Stuff just doesn't pop into my head.
You called that one thing G-Saurus immediately.
G-Rex.
G-Rex, excuse me. Which is
Because it
both
rhymes
clever
with
and
T-Rex.
quick.
That's funny. Sure. Basically, you're telling me I'm literally having to make up a word for this thing.
Yeah. He call him a red eye.
But you told me it's a made up word, and that's not made up.
It's not a made up word. That's what I'll try to communicate, that it is it's a regular word. I was trying to communicate that it's not a...
I'm going to call him Mr. T, because he's a mohawk.
Mr. T. They're Mr. T's. Mm-hmm. Whenever Alpha lands in front of one, he says, "Ooh, there's a Mr. T. I gotta shoot him."
I pity the fool.
Now, this lady has a real name.
I can tell.
What's her name?
She looks very robotic as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like a person face.
Correct. She's gone through many different looks in her time.
Is anyone in this game named Halo?
No.
Where does that come from?
They typically take place on Halo rings, or about Halo rings, or big weapons in space.
With the Halo theme, we're going to call her Angela.
Angela, all right. Angela. Alpha and Angela fighting the Mr. T's. Mm-hmm. What's this guy? What kind of fella is he? He would be on the same vein as Mr. T's. You're going to shoot a lot of these in the game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely an alien.
Yeah. Like in my head, immediately...
He looks like a dinosaur with like a suit on.
Yeah. He's got those big 3 fingies.
Yeah, he looks like a dinosaur.
Sure, he got a little dinosaur look to him.
He's got his teeth too.
Mm-hmm. Got some goofy mandibles. So like...
Yeah, but he also kind of reminds me of like the Predator.
Maybe to help you out, what happens as soon as I see that is I look at those teeth. I'm drawn to the teeth. He's got like these 4 mandibles, and my brain says that's a clomper.
That word has never entered my head and never would enter my head.
Because he clomps.
Clomp? That's not a word. Chomp is a word. Clomp is not a word.
No, it's clomp. I mean, clomp is definitely a word.
It's definitely not.
All right, look it up, commenters. I'm going to send this clomper after you.
We can just go with that, because I got nothing.
Nothing?
No.
All right, we'll call him a clomper. What's this little fella? Another same situation.
They all have the same gun.
They're very similar, yeah.
This has got a stormtrooper helmet on his back.
Yeah, you do.
With like the shape of it.
It does look very much like that now that you mention it, yeah.
But also if you look at it like from the side, it looks kind of like a dog's face. Like it's got like a little snout. Like look at the side of it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like head on, I'm seeing Stormtrooper, but if I look at like this way, it looks like a dog.
I think you're stalling trying to name him now.
He looks kind of like a fish of some kind.
Okay.
Like he would definitely come from the water. I'm gonna call him Guppy.
Guppy. Those are guppies. See, look at you doing it.
A guppy is a real thing.
All right, there you go. That's all we have for Halo. This man's name is Master Chief.
Oh.
He is a Spartan. He is Spartan number 117. He's saved the world many times, alongside his AI companion, Cortana.
Huh.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, this Cortana comes on your Windows things.
Okay.
But that's where they get her name from, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, he and Cortana saved the world from, here's some brutes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Elites.
Okay.
Not clompers.
Yeah, I know.
And guppies. These aren't guppies. They're called grunts. You got the G right,
Close.
though. Yeah, they're called grunts. They're the little guys. They just come yelling at you. They say funny things when you shoot them.
Do they actually say funny stuff?
They
like
really
jokes?
do. No, they don't. They don't tell jokes. They don't like run at you like knock knock. But
they speak English.
Yeah, and they're yelling at each other. Like they're very. If you see like 10, 20 of these coming at you, you don't need to be afraid. You just kind of cut through them. But the whole time they're like afraid of you sometimes. Like you shoot one, another one will run away. And, it's pretty funny. But anyway, that was a whole pile of games. We did Horizon Zero Dawn, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Last of Us, and the Halo franchise. Just some things from the Halo franchise. And our marriage hopefully survived this video.
No, that's all of them?
Yep, for this one. That's all of them for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Compliment my wife in the comments if you feel like it, or if you want to have a fight with her about something that she said. She did get a little sassy this episode, so maybe
What did I say that was sassy?
Whatever I said about her being sassy, incorrect. And we'll catch you guys next video. Please remember that what?
We love you very much.
Thank you.